Hello, I'm back again, continuing on with my love story. Um, well, a story of my life and also about love. I think I was talking to you guys and I was supposed to tell you about when I had my daughter around that time. Well, I think now at this point in my life, I'm up to loving other people. Um, or relationships or whatever. My ex-wife, Melody, she was, uh, I was 15 when she got pregnant. I was in a situation with that when she and I had a lot in common. We were really good friends. Actually, we were just almost not like best friends, but we were really good friends because we did have so much in common. So with that, it was a thing where with my parents, my mother couldn't stand her, and with kids, especially teenagers, rebellious stage, it was a thing where my mom hated her so much, and it kind of pushed me towards her more. So the more she didn't want me to be uh, hanging out with her, the more I decided to piss her off and go and hang out with her anyway. Um, yeah, so in that she's 2 years older than I am, so she was ready for one thing, and I wasn't. In order to make her happy, I went along with the program, and thus I have my daughter. I wouldn't say she's a mistake, but as far as Melody goes, she's back in the day I would say that I had a love for her because we were really good friends. We'll say that's a friendship love type of love. I wasn't in love with her, but since I had my daughter, you try to do the right thing, and you go. We went and got married, so you kind of go, with everything that what you expect that everybody else wants you to do. So that's how I wound up with her. We wound up getting married because I wouldn't. When I graduated high school, I wouldn't join the military, so I wanted my daughter with me, naturally. So we got married. I figured we'd try to make it work, and then plus, all my life I've known I was gay all my life, but everybody in my family, well, not everybody, but I had a few people in my family that my mom, she's asked me a few times, and I told her no, because we didn't really have that type of relationship, and it was the way that she did it, the way that she approached me was like blunt and abrupt and rude. So I was like, no. And then I had a couple of aunts and uncles that used to say, oh, he's going to be gay, he's going to be a little fag or whatever. And so I was determined to prove them wrong. So I kind of pushed everything that I felt in my heart aside, and I went on and got married, joined the military, all macho and all this bull crap. So I really wasn't being me. Bottom line is, I had a love for my ex-wife, but I wasn't in love with her, which brought my two daughters, who I love unconditionally with all my heart, for years, for at least the past. My daughter is 23, I think. No, she's 22. My oldest daughter is 22. My youngest daughter is 18. So, at least for the past 21 years, I've lived my life basically for my children. My daughter graduated high school. Brittany graduated high school last year in 2009. She came out of school a year early. And I pretty much came to the conclusion after that I got divorced in 2001, so I kind of put my life on hold until my youngest daughter graduated high school. So I figured I threw myself into my work, and I became a homebody. I stayed at home with my daughter, and other than traveling, of course, with my job because I had to work. But basically, it was all about my kids. I did whatever I had to do to make sure that my kids, or especially Brittany, enjoyed her 12th grade year of high school. Well, I tried to, but you know, with kids, teenagers, you're not gonna ever please them all the time. So you can give them everything they want, and they still are not happy. Um, so my first relationship I had with Melody, as far as the one with my children, um, I wasn't in love. My second relationship um, was with a guy, and that lasted a year. He moved back home, so I kind of thought I loved him. He broke my heart. I thought I was in love with him, and it kind of happened right after my ex-wife, so I wasn't really, it took me a long time to realize that I really wasn't in love with him. I was just pissed off because of the way that things ended. So yeah, so pretty much up until this point I've been like running around trying to show other people love, or teach my children how to love people, be respectful, love their self, because that's not what I did. I didn't love myself at all. So I tried to get them to do the opposite of pretty much how I felt. I tried to spend as much time with my kids as possible because my parents didn't spend that time with me. My mother got sick when I was 10 years old. She's paralyzed on the left side of her body. She had a stroke. She had an aneurysm on the right side of her brain. So she had 12-hour brain surgery, and it left her paralyzed. So I was 10 years old when that happened. That's when she had my sister, so thank God she was in the hospital, because otherwise she probably would have died. So they saved her and left her paralyzed. So pretty much I had to help her go to school and help her raise my brother and sister. Then, like I said, I was 15 when my daughter was born, and I mean 16 when my daughter was born. So I was in 11th grade. So then I went right into, my kids. And the love that I have for my kids is, you'll never be able to understand unless you're a parent, of course. But wow, my kids really kept me going, because I was depressed for a very long time. So bottom line, and I guess the moral of this part of the story is, if you have your family out there, or someone that you do love, you need to go in and tell them that you love them. Not necessarily, somebody that you're in love with, but it could be like I said, your parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, close friends, children. It's important to show your kids that love and affection before they turn to look elsewhere, or they wind up having that feeling of no self-worth. That's just not something that I would want to wish on anybody. But yeah, I think I was lucky, because I kind of used like the beatings, the talkings, the yelling, the name calling. I took everything and I was so stubborn that I wasn't gonna let it get me down. So yeah, dude, we all have our issues. I have days that it gets me down, but it was for a long time that I wouldn't talk to anybody about anything. So yeah, so at this point, like I said, I'm up to my second relationship. Talked about my parents, loving your parents, loving your children, family members, my grandmother, and loving friends. So I think this video might be getting a little long, so work with me. I guess this is part 3. Maybe we'll have another part later. Alright, thanks for listening, guys, and you guys have a great evening. I'll talk to you soon, or a great day, or whatever you may be. Talk to you soon. Take care.